Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamualaikum. Jianu, Pekhairagale, Ni hao, Churashumme, Washmale, Ohayab Gazaimas, Guten Morgen, Ola, Boyor, Privyet, Kaifa Hal, Halishumachatore, Ahlan Wasalan Marhaba, Buna, Mucho, Gracias, Swabiab, Balli Keraya, Hosh Galdin. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a special announcement which we really need to make together. 1, 2, 3. A very happy Eid Mubarak! Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning into PT1 and making sure that you're actually going to catch up with the world this morning's special Eid transmission as well. I happen to be Shahzad Hasan Khan, and before I say any single word, ladies and gentlemen, I think I would really love to introduce my wonderful co-host over here, who happens to be Miss Haja Sati. Hello, Miss Haja. Assalamu alaikum. Eid Mubarak to you and to your entire family. How do you feel today?
Walaikum assalam. Thank you so much. Eid Mubarak to you and to your family.
Thank you very much. But you know, obviously, Eid's not going to be the same only if you're going to wish it from your mouth. I think rather, obviously, there's a lot of balloons over here in the studios. We're going to pop them up as well since it's Eid. But very quickly, Haja, where's my Eidi?
Right.
You know, this Eid is all about Eidi.
I think you should give me Eidi because I'm younger than you.
You know, it is actually dependent on the person who actually asked for the very first time as well.
No,
so I think I got the lead over here and I really need to have that Eidi for myself.
There's no such kind of rule, okay?
Really? Okay, yes. So how much Eidi do you want?
How much will you give me?
I mean, it totally depends on how much do you want. How much are you going to ask for?
Can I ask for your entire check?
Well, I certainly need to give other people Eidi as well, but we'll sort it off the record.
Okay.
But we hope and pray that everybody out there is doing wonderfully well, that they've been joined by all their family members, their extended family as well, and that everybody's going to come together. But very quickly, I think I'm going to give opportunity to Miss Haja over here to kind of ask, and she really needs to kind of share what happened on the Chandra just last night. What were you doing last night?
Okay, so I think that as we were young, so we were really looking forward towards the Eid al-Fitr because that means, you know, that our depleted reserves would be filled. And as we grow up, so I think the nature of our responsibilities change and, you know, we are more at the giving end, not the receiving end, right?
True. And I don't like it at all.
Of course, of course. And so the Chandras are very traditional Chandras, you know, it's all dusting, cleaning, and then, you know, going to kitchen and making something meeta. And usually my responsibility is, you know, setting up the table because I like doing that.
Wow.
So what do you do?
Wow, all right. I think I really have very different errands to run, you know, obviously. So as soon as you get to know that it's going to be tomorrow, you obviously need to take your daughters and wife and mother and sisters outside, you know, for mehendi and henna and bangles, which I still do not get it to the time because, you know,
I think the culture
all I have to do is just sit in the car, you know, so every time I'm going to take somewhere, they'll be like, okay, bhai, tum wait karo, hum aa rahe hain. And I'm like, okay, you know, I think it's my chandat as well. So as long as they're going to take, you know, I'm going to wait, and then, you know, once we are back home, so I'm going to actually kind of request them that, hey, you know what, I really need to kind of go see my friends as well. So just go chill with friends and then come back and then wake up for Eid prayer. And Alhamdulillah, we are over here, ladies and gentlemen, now. And we have a lot of wonderful people over here in the studios who are actually making sure that they're going to spend their Eid al-Fitr at least 2 hours with us and then move on to kind of enjoy and celebrate the festivity alongside their families. So very quickly, all of these amazing, respected people who've taken out time for us, ladies and gentlemen, it's about time that we introduce them on the very first day of Eid. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky that we've actually been joined by somebody who's happened, I mean, she happens to be the Iron Lady over here. She's made sure that she's going to work for the children of Pakistan, and she's dedicated her entire life in doing that. I don't know whether she gets paid still or not, but ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky that we've been joined by the chairperson, NCRC, and she happens to be Miss Afsha Tehseen Bajwa. Hello, Assalamu alaikum and Eid Mubarak.
Ji, Walaikum Assalam and Eid Mubarak to both of you, to all the Muslims all over the world and all over everyone in Pakistan.
Thank you very much for saying that as well. And just before the show, Miss Afsha actually kind of pointed towards me and was like, hey, you know what, Shahzad, you look a little sleepy. And I was like, really? Do I look sleepy now?
Not at all, not at all. Quite energized, totally transformed.
Okay. So I have observed this thing, you know, especially in the men, that they go and offer the Eid prayer and after that they come and sleep. You know, why is offering Eid prayer so much a laboring task?
I mean,
laborious task?
No, it's not like that. I mean, the laboring task is taking the women of the house for mehendi and henna and for all of that stuff they want. And then obviously, since you do not get enough time at night to sleep, so you really want to sleep and then catch up on your sleep and then kind of go see your relatives as well. But alongside Miss Afsha Tehseen Bajwa, ladies and gentlemen, obviously on Eid al-Fitr, we all make sure that we smile, and smile, I know, that is the best curve on the human body as well. And she's the one who actually makes sure that you're going to have a great smile as well. She is Dr. Maria Yusuf. Hello, Assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak.
Thank you so much. Eid Mubarak to you too. And I hope you had a blessed Ramzan. And I hope, you know, your Chandrat went well. And
So
now,
far, so good.
that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I
there.
think each and every one of us are enjoying over here in the PD World Studios, and we hope and pray that everybody out there is actually enjoying with us as well. But now, ladies and gentlemen, towards the end, we have actually got father-daughter duo over here in the studios with us. We're very lucky that we've been joined by Anjum Shahbaz. Hello, sir. Assalamu alaikum. Eid Mubarak.
Same to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. And alongside him, ladies and gentlemen, his very wonderful daughter who's actually going to sing a couple of songs for us today. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky that we have been joined by Miss Meher Anjum as well. Hello, assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak.
Walaikum salam, Eid Mubarak to both of you guys
Thank you
and
so much.
all the guys who are watching us right now. So happy Eid Mubarak to all of you, and thank you so much for having us again.
Thank you so much for joining us. So first things first, obviously Miss Afsha and Dr. Maria, you know, I'm assuming that you guys are elder than me. So any thoughts about giving me any Eid if you guys feel like it?
Yeah.
Because I do see a lot of branded handbags over here in the studios. I hope that there's money in it for me as well, or for Haja.
Definitely, we will give you Ashirwad, we will give you Eidi, we will give you know, lots of, you know, blessings, prayers,
Suki
and
like
everything you want. Today is Eid, so, you know, all the doors are open. So we are quite generous to, you know, to fulfill the demands.
Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you very much for saying that. So very quickly, I seriously want to know how was your Chandra, because Alhamdulillah, we've met so many times. You told me that you have two amazing, lovely daughters as well. So obviously, you know, with women and girls, it's a very different sort of ambience and environment at home as well. And everybody wants to kind of know already that, hey, you know, whether my joras are ready or not, and the tailors this time around. How was it?
Exactly what you said. Since I have two teenage daughters, so mashallah, very energetic and very happy-go-lucky type of girl. So I also feel like a young girl with them in their company. So definitely the demands are there, the long list is there, and my poor husband, and we three ladies in front
He's a
of
great
him.
guy. Yeah?
So definitely we go out to get all the, you know, jewelry, churia, bangles, mehendi, and we go to our mother's place also on Chandrat because they have got their cousins. And it's always a wonderful, wonderful time for which we wait all over, you know, the holy month of Ramadan. And this is a time where we just try to think, so who will look best over Eid? So everything has a competition.
Right.
So
And
this
you
is what...
truly look wonderful, you know, how you're matching with our balloons as well. I mean, I think we're missing out on a couple of colors within
Yeah.
the balloon set we have over here on the set as well. But how was the tailors this time around?
You know, tailors was as usual. They never ever made any change.
Okay.
The history is the same. So mostly we depend upon the ready-to-wear garments. But definitely, you know, we always give them some space that now we are used to of, you know, all the worries given by the tailors.
All right, because that's exactly what happened to me, ladies and gentlemen. I was originally supposed to have a waistcoat on top of my shalwar kameez, but it wasn't prepared in time. And I was like, okay, you know what? You can keep it. No, I don't want it now. So, Dr. Maria, what about you? How was your Chandra? What did you do?
My Chandrat revolves mostly around, you know, laying out, you know, the outfits for myself, my daughters also, you know. Then there is usually what I do is I compile a lot of sweetmeats and the treats which are there, which are
Oh, you could
which
have
is
brought
our
some.
custom, which is our custom to, you know, to serve towards our guests who come
True.
on the Eid. And I think after you're done with the Ramzan there, everybody is very anxiously waiting for the return of the folks. So I think that's what the day or the night of the night revolves around. And then yes, my younger daughter, she is into again bangles, and you know, she sometimes does opt for mehndi also. So sometimes I take her around also to get her, you know, bangles and her mehndi done.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So
I mean,
that's how
I've
it
seen
goes.
mothers doing a lot for their daughters as well. I hope they start doing that for their sons too as well. I mean, Ammi, if you're listening. It was for my mom only. But sir, moving on to you, Anju bhai. Anju bhai, how was it for you? You know, did you take Meher out for Hina or something of that sort, or other
Yes.
kids?
No,
yes,
no,
sir.
I put henna myself.
Yes, she did it herself. Wow, that's wonderful.
I think that's
But I was
wonderful.
busy to doing my shows on that special day. You know.
Mashallah, obviously, you know, yesterday, obviously, everybody
He's
was
always
busy.
very busy. Whenever
always
he
very
get back, he came back from home after the work. He always used to ask that, "How are my chickens?" He loved his chickens so much. How are my chickens? Did you feed them? How are chickens? He never asked that. How are you, beta? How
Did
are
he
you,
ever,
mom?
did he
How is
ever feed you one of his chicken on Eid day?
No, I am so scared of chicks. I am so scared of chicks. I just don't like his chickens and
I think that's wonderful. But you know, it kind of happens with each and every artist. Imagine you know,
Yeah.
me and Haja being over here on
And you know
Eid Day
what's
as
the
well.
worst part? He never washes his hands after touching the chicken.
Well, because he loves his chicken. You
Yeah.
know? That's wonderful. And what about you? How was your Chandra?
Raat was amazing. I made some, you know, doodh wali seviyan,
Wow.
and then I put some mehndi on my
Mehndi
hand.
by yourself.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I'm not very
wonderful.
good
A
at
lot of
making the
talented people.
mehndi design, but I think that I did a great job. What do you guys
Yes,
think?
you did a great job. You know, why don't you show it in front of the camera? You know, we certainly want to kind of share this design with everybody in 46 different countries. That's how you can wear henna. But obviously, you know, we were the later ones to celebrate or observe Eid, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't know whether you're going to get the right time to do that. And in addition to that, obviously, we have another 2 days as well. But very quickly, since you guys are here, are you guys going to sing anything for us on the first day of Eid?
Yes, why not? Sure. First you and me.
First, of course, you.
All right,
know.
Okay.
first Bapu and then Betia.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Bitia.
I dedicate this song to you
Thank you very much, sir.
and my dearest producer and all of you who are
And
all
my
crews.
wonderful colleague,
Yes,
thank you
yes,
very
yeah.
much. Yes. Not leaving us behind.
The wording is so
And to
impressive.
us
मेरे दिल
also.
से जिंदगी भर तेरा प्यार कम ना होगा.
जिंदगी भर तेरा प्यार कम ना होगा. That's what we want, Eid. Come on.
मेरे दिल से जिंदगी भर तेरा प्यार कम न होगा. भूल जाऊं मुझसे कभी ये सितम न होगा. मेरे दिल से जिंदगी भर तेरा प्यार कम न होगा. जो चिराग बुझ गया था तेरे प्यार ने जलाया. ये खुशी बहुत बड़ी है जिसे खो के मैंने पाया. मेरे पास जो रहे तू मुझे कोई गम न होगा. तुझे भूल जाऊं मुझसे कभी ये सितम न होगा. मेरे दिल से जिंदगी भर तेरा प्यार कम न होगा. मुझे अपने साथ लेकर मेरा दिल जहाँ भी जाए. मुझे अपने साथ लेकर मेरा दिल जहाँ भी जाए. मेरे साथ साथ होंगे तेरी चाहतों के साए. जो उठे किसी की जानिब वो मेरा कदम न होगा. तुझे भूल जाऊं मुझसे कभी ये सितम न होगा. मेरे दिल से जिंदगी भर तेरा प्यार कम न होगा.
Wow, that was fantastic, Anjum bhai. Kya baat hai yaar. You know, you made our day, alhamdulillah. And that's how everybody needs to start their Eid. And the way you sang the song, I think it was just beautiful. It kind of
Uplifted.
gave us that feeling which we certainly needed on the first day of Eid as well. And the way the way you were singing, it actually felt like as if it was already recorded on tape. You know, so obviously I need to congratulate you on such a marvelous performance, and you have been a performer as well. But very quickly now, what I wanted to talk about was, you know, there are certain things which obviously make us, you know, nostalgic. You know, they give us nostalgia. Eid is one of them for us as well. So I'm going to start from Hajra, and I want each and every one of you to share one of your fondest memory from Choti Eid. All right. So Hajra, let's get started with Eid.
Okay, so I do remember that, you know, we used to gather at my dadi's place, but she's no more here now. She left this board for her heavenly board, and we used to gather there, and one of my cousins, she is very good, you know, in applying mehndi, and she used to do that. But I do feel that now culture is changing a lot. You know, people are thronging towards the parlors and going there, and there's a lot of rush outside the parlors.
Money, right?
Yes, yes. So so we used to
How
gather.
much Eid did you used to get?
So yes, we were living in the time, you know, I'm talking about 2002, 2003, 2004. So I used to get a 1,000 rupees, and it was such a massive
In
amount.
2004?
Yes.
You were getting 1,000 rupees?
Yes, the
I
total
think
amount
I should have been born in your family, rather. But yeah, please continue.
Yeah. So and you know, that was such a sweet moment, you know, when all the family members used to gather there, you know. So my fatherly paternal uncles, they used to gather, and they were having their own gupshup. It was mostly around the politics, and you know, the ladies were having their another gupshup, you know, mostly cursing the tailors because their dresses were never on time, and you know, we the kids were going for the mehndi rounds and stuff like that. So what is your favorite memory?
Thank you very much for saying that. But I guess, you know, back in 2004, it was so tough for each and every one of us to kind of talk about politics back in those
No,
days.
no, I'm talking about my father.
Obviously,
right.
that's what I'm referring to as well. But, you know, talking about myself, so obviously, you know, so we had a joint family system back in Gawal Mandi, Rawalpindi as well.
Okay.
And so my dada and
Right.
my chachas, they used to live over there, and we had already moved out somewhere back in 1985.
Okay, okay.
So every day, you know, every time it was Eid, you know, so it was mandatory for us to kind of reach Rawalpindi in time so that we can actually offer the Eid prayer
Okay.
with our uncles and dada and each and every one.
Have you ever missed Eid prayers?
I mean, I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to that, but I'll certainly answer that. So what used to happen was that obviously, you know, it was a mission to kind of reach in time, you know, because 6:30 it was the Eid prayers as well in Rawalpindi. And, you know, so we would leave our house somewhere
Right.
at 5:30, and imagine we were 5 sisters and 2 brothers, alhamdulillah, and then Ammi and Abu and everybody shouting all over the place.
Right.
Mera joda nahi hai, mera istri nahi hui, ye nahi hua, wo nahi hua.
Right.
And then once we were there, and this is something I would want to give credit to my chachis as well, because for at least 20 years we didn't have breakfast on Eid at our place. We would always have it at our dada's place as well, and they were always so kind. And then the best part was that my dada would only give 50 rupees as Eid because he had so many grandchildren that he couldn't really figure it out that, okay, whether I can give 500 or not. And then it was always a hassle in between chachas and, you know, us and the entire family, because they even won't give more than 50 rupees. So, you know, it was all
So
about
they
stealing.
didn't matter because Mama will always confiscate that Eid.
No, my money was never confiscated. I will never allow anybody to
And she would
confiscate my money.
confiscate
Yeah.
so nicely, so, you know.
And
specifically-
do you think that you agree to this concept where, you know, the parents confiscate the money?
No.
All right, which is why I'm going to move on to the parents now. Hey, hello ma'am, how are you? So what makes you nostalgic, and do you confiscate money or
You know,
not?
there are a number of things actually. Number one, you know, it reminds me of my childhood memories back in the village, with all the relatives have their houses adjacent, you know, houses, and we would come at night,
Rich
each other's
people.
place. We would show our dresses, and you know, and that was something very unique at that time. And again, that noise of me, my, you know, 4 brothers, 1 younger sister, we all making noise, including my father, about the clothes, and you know, everybody wanted to get ready, you know, before everyone else, just because they would say the prayer is, you know, going to be announced, and they have to go out, and all those shor sharaba noise, and you are just snatching things from each other. That is one thing which reminds me every time I talk about and think of Eid. And another very interesting event of after marriage, when my husband was working in Punjab, and the current PM, who was the CM at that time, I got up early in the morning and I asked my mother-in-law, where is Baba? He said the CM has called him for the meeting. so Shehbaz Sharif was known for working day and night, and I said, on Eid day? She said, yes, on Eid day he left early. So that is something it always reminds
And
me.
you were unaware of this fact that
No,
your
because
husband
I
has
was
left
sleeping.
already.
Yes, I was sleeping. I didn't know, honestly.
And then he didn't even bother to wake you up and
No,
be like, yeah,
definitely.
easy father, but I still have to
We
be
must
at
be
work.
scared now. What to choose, CM or the wife?
I think he made the right choice, because the CM is now the PM as well. I think it's wonderful. What about you, Dr. Maria?
Okay, as I go back again, you know, I would say that as I go back down the memory lane again, I think a typical Eid at my place would be I resided with my grandparents, so we again had a joint family system. So the morning would again revolve around getting dressed. Okay, the hustle and bustle, the outfits that everybody is designed, you know, making it to a T, as you would call it, and then going towards the grandparents' place there, where we would all gather in their portion and have vermicelli, the dry vermicelli in the morning, and then the trolley would come up for our family and the family friends and family, and then going out visiting in the evening towards the relatives who would come in the morning to visit us, because my grandmother was the elderly, you know, she was in the elderly in the family, so everybody would make it a point to come towards our place first and then us
It's
going
really
down.
important as well.
And then my father was the administrator, University Town, so there was this University Town club which would come, you know,
Are we talking about Lahore? As
in
of now?
Peshawar, in
Peshawar,
Peshawar,
right.
yes, in Peshawar, in KPK. So you know that University Town Club would come under his, you know,
Jurisdiction?
yes, under his domain
would
there.
go
So
there?
we would all family would gather over there for a barbecue,
Wow.
mostly around the second or the third day. But that is something as children we would already look forward
I
to,
think
because
that's the kind of privileged Eid everybody would want
yes,
to have.
because
right?
everybody gets
We go to
together,
the club and in the
shares a
evening,
good
you know,
laugh
barbecue.
there, shares a good laugh there, and then in the evening, you know, then you know there's again a dinner at one of the relatives' place, then you know a dinner at our place, you know.
Yes.
The other day, so that's how it goes. So everybody getting together and, you know, as you would call it, sharing the good times.
Sharing is caring, and thank you very
Yes,
much for
that's how
sharing
it
with us
goes.
as well and with our viewers. But moving on to Anjum bhai, इससे पहले कि आप उसका जिक्र करें, you know, I actually kind of just, you know, my brain reminded me of this amazing story as a kid. So I got like something around 600 or 700 rupees for Eid. And you know, while we were on our way back from Rawalpindi to Islamabad, you know, I offered my siblings that, hey, you guys, you know, I'm going to treat you guys with ice cream. So I thought the ice cream is going to cost me somewhere around 200, 300 rupees. That's it, I'll still have 300 or 350 rupees. So we went to this very amazing, wonderful shop back in the day. It was PM Ice Cream House. And it was one of the famous in Rawalpindi. So we went over there and everybody ordered, you know, doodh wali ice cream and milkshakes and whatnot. And the bill was exactly 650 rupees. And that's the only Eid I had in my pocket. So imagine, as soon as I paid the bill, I started crying. I was like, mere saare paise lag gaye. And you know, my father didn't actually give me back my money as well. He was like, you know, you really need to learn this lesson. Manju bhai, aap kaun si cheez aisi hame batayenge jo aapko yaad aati hai Eid ke hawale se?
One thing which I like very much, because on special on that day, all children or kids are gathered on a table, and we will take dinner and breakfast together. Although the rest days when I will came home and I looked at their rooms, I go to their rooms, they are just playing on the mobiles.
Which you got for them.
Yeah.
That's why he spent his Eid with the chicken.
I think this is a complaint which has been coming back to you ever since as well. But why do you love chicken so much?
Yeah,
Yes,
tell everyone.
Because they do
all
not
the
use
time
cell
they are
phones.
Go ahead.
with me.
Wow, that's wonderful. But what about you, Bete? So, you know, what is that fondest memory of yours from Eid?
I think last year I put some mehendi design on my hand and I slept like this.
Oh my
And then
God,
when
was
I
all
woke
of
up, there was a complete, you know, proper design on my face. Then it was the horrible kind of memory that I had. So it happened to me last year.
Well, this happened with Hafshat Tasneem Bajwa Saiba as well. But I think you guys already have a solution. You know, you have the same matching base color and it always helps. You know, I think, well, is that a true hack or do you think it does not work?
I think, yeah, it works. What do
Does
you
it work?
think, ma'am?
A little bit, but when you sleep all over the night with your palm open, then
Yeah.
it's a strong print. And
Obviously.
that's
Yeah.
what had happened.
But
to
in
me.
addition to
difficult to
that,
hide.
you know, the kind of person you are, you might have just carried it like that. You know, like, okay, it's a design for
That's
you.
what my daughters are always saying, Mama, please, sometimes you should be very conscious. But I am like this, free bag.
And everybody needs to be like this, larger than life as well. But very quickly, I think now we're going to request Meher to kind of sing us a song as well. And then we have a wonderful game to play. So I hope that you guys are ready for that. Nobody can lie, all right? So, you know, what are you going to share with us?
I'd like to sing, I'd like to give a small little tribute to Ustad Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan
Wow.
Sahab.
Wow.
तेरे बिन नहीं लगता दिल मेरा.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's do that. You know, there are a lot of
favorite.
people who are far, far away
Yes,
on this
yes,
Eid, ladies and gentlemen. So we're dedicating this song to each and every one of you.
Right.
May those be all of those army officials, maybe all those, you know, police gentlemen, you know, for all from all the, I think, law
Or maybe
enforcement
healthcare
agencies,
workers, you know, who are-
healthcare workers, not just that, even, you know, for all those kids, you know, who
Right.
actually lost their lives in APS incident as well.
Right.
Wherever you may probably be, ladies and gentlemen, we are over here celebrating this Eid for you and for your entire family. Please take it away.
Yes.
कुछ काले बदला तो सीने विच लगे गईयां कई बरसातां कुछ काले बदला तो सीने विच लगे गईयां कई बरसातां टूर गयो सजना नींद ना आके जाग के कहीं आवी जाना से तो वास्ता प्यार दा रुता सोनिया मुड़निया अड़िया तेरे बिन नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा ढोलना कि तेरे बिन नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा ढोलना सब छड़ जाए तो ना मैनू छोड़ना कि तेरे बिन नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा ढोलना हाड़िया जानिया तू भी सिख कदे दुख सुख बोलना तेरे बिन नहीं जीना मर जाना ढोलना कि तेरे बिन नहीं लगता दिल मेरा ढोलना सब छड़ जाए तो ना मैनू छोड़ना कि तेरे बिन नहीं लगता दिल मेरा ढोलना.
Wow, yeah, what soothing vocals you guys have,
Thank you
mashallah. I
so
think it
much.
runs in the family, sir. So did you train her, or you know she already had that talent in her?
No, no, she get some classes from me.
Yeah.
That's
Wow, and you are the one who actually give out these classes?
Yeah, yes.
Wow,
He's
that's
very
wonderful. I think
strict.
it runs in the family.
I'd like to say that he's very strict, otherwise he look polite in front of the camera. That's the magic of camera.
So either you know you have so many complaints against your father. Either you like he's always busy with
Yeah,
his
with the
chicken, or
chickens.
either you like you know
Like
he's so
on
strict.
his birthday, he
Shehzad,
spent the
she
whole
should
day.
complain to the Commission on the Rights of
Yeah, obviously we have
I
the
will-
chairperson of the National Commission of the Rights of Child.
And
as
I
well.
will take suo moto because we have these powers with us.
Please don't take suo motos on Eid, man. You know, let's just enjoy Eid as well. But now, very quickly, so, you know, we have a fun segment where what we're going to do is that we're actually going to play a game with you guys. So you have these beautiful things made by our set design, you know, where on the one side we actually have a yes, and on the other side we have a no. So I think me and Haja, we're going to use the same one because each and every individual needs to play this game. We have a couple of questions. We're going to ask you, you have to let us know whether you've done that in life or not. But first things first, we're going to take an oath. Please raise your hands, everybody.
Right hand or left hand?
Right hand, you know, because we really need to kind of be honest with this one and nobody can lie. So all you have to say is, whatever we are going to say or tell, please.
Whatever we are going to say
say
or
and
tell.
Louder,
Whatever
once
we are
again,
going to
whatever
say
we are
or
going to
tell.
say or tell
Whatever we are going to say or
Whatever
tell
we're going to
will
say
be
or tell.
absolutely truth, but nothing against truth as well.
Would be
absolutely
absolutely
not
not
true,
true.
but
Would be absolutely true, but nothing.
Against the
Against
truth
the
as well.
truth
So
as
very
well.
quickly, we have a couple of
Nothing
questions we're
against
going
the
to ask. Haja, you want to take the lead?
Okay.
All right, so let's go.
So, question number one is never have I ever told a secret that I wasn't supposed to share.
Can you please repeat it again?
Okay, never have I ever told a secret that I wasn't supposed to share?
No?
No, yes.
Yes, she did. What about you? Did you share that secret?
Yeah, I would say I have.
Yeah, she
also.
did that too
I
as
have
well. What
also.
about you, Seth?
Yes.
Yeah, you did that as well. You never did that. I think you really need to kind of, while you grow up, there are times when you actually have to do that. If you don't mind, can you please share that secret with our audiences as well?
I mean, I can't because definitely it's not going to be a secret.
True.
So there is some percentage of it.
But when you tell it to
sometimes.
somebody, it's
It's
already
a
not a
percentage
secret.
It's
of
already
it.
lost.
It's percentage
Okay,
of it.
let me ask you this then. Did that gentleman or lady actually got to know that you've shared that secret of theirs with somebody else?
Yes, just last night I shared my mother's secret with my bhabis.
I think that's wonderful. What about you?
I think as a part of growing up, whenever you're a child there, what happens is that
No, don't take it to
No,
childhood.
no.
We're talking about adulthood today.
no one. As a child, I think you are taught not to give out onto secrets there, but you tend to then share it with your confidant there, or your confidants there. But as a grown up now, I feel that okay, it would
She's
be
still
something.
thinking, I think.
It would be something that. Might not be within my nature then to give out onto the secrets
But at
there.
times it does happen.
But yes, I won't say that as a child I
मुझे नहीं
haven't
बताओ
done
कि मैं
so.
तुम्हारी इतनी
And
अच्छी
I-
दोस्त हूँ हैं?
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. That's
Sir,
how
what
it
about you?
goes.
किसका राज फाश किया आपने?
I think everyone has done that, no?
Depends on the nature of the secret,
I
right?
think everyone has done that.
Sir,
No, actually, if you share these things to others, mentally you will be relaxed.
yeah. But if somebody is already sharing it with you too, so that they can actually have that kind of relaxation, why would you do that to kind of not give them that relaxation? It's already out in the open. I think my mother is not good with secrets at all. So you tell her something and you tell her that you are not supposed to tell it to anyone, she will tell it to everyone. You just tell her something and don't tell her that don't tell it to anyone. I think it will be fine. What about you? So you haven't done that as well.
No.
What about you, Hajra?
I did.
She did as well. On which occasion?
Okay, so the thing is that I forget that it's a secret, then I spill out and then I remember, oh, I was supposed to keep it a secret.
At times it is difficult to keep that
Right,
secrets as
right,
well.
right.
So let's go
Okay.
on. Let's move on with the next question. Let's see what do we have.
Okay, second, never have I ever been sent to a principal's office.
I have been, yeah. I think every single day I was at outside principal's office.
What about you, ma'am?
Definitely, in my university days, I used to be very, very naughty, believe
Alright.
me. So I definitely, number of times.
Wonderful. What about you, Dr. Saiba?
I think.
Is it a yes
as-
or a no?
Okay, no. In my case, it would be a no.
It would be a no.
In my case, it would be a no.
That's
And
what I
I've
expect from a
always-
doctor anyway.
I was always a very straight A student, and I in my university level I was also an achiever. So I was a gold medalist.
See,
So the thing
your
is that
teachers were always happy
I
with
think
you.
the only time when
Mali
I
has
would
बहुत अच्छी बच्ची।
the only time that I would be going towards the principal's office would be if there is a sick call there, or if my parents have come up to pick me, have come to pick me up for
Right.
some reason there.
All right,
So this is
wonderful.
what I remember.
बोलो सर भी प्रिंसिपल के दफ्तर के बाहर ही रहे सर क्यों क्या वजह हुई
Actually, but you know very well, in Beria College, I will never send anyone to the principal office. You are my brilliant student,
true sir true
and there's some naughtiest one, but I have never sent them to.
but did you ever while you were in school did you ever go to principal's office
No.
no never you were always a good student what about you yes what
Yeah.
did you go to the principal's
I
office
was kid that time. I was in one class.
Okay.
When Baba, you remember that day? When
Yeah,
I
yeah,
came
yeah.
back home, I didn't want to go to the school that day, but my mom just sent me forcefully that you have to go to the school. And I was very brilliant student. I was position holder. And never, the teachers didn't expect that kind of thing, that I can actually, just run from the school and directly to the house. And then my mom opened the door and she just looked at me like this, and she just take me back to the principal office. She said that how can this happen to any kid? Like, you guys are, what is the security system?
Yeah.
She's just a kid. So that was the
right
time
in
when
that
I
sense.
just
what about you
No. I was a very bookwormish sort of a student, so I never went to the
I mean,
principal's
so I'm going to share my story once again, ladies and gentlemen. There's so many stories of my life. So what happened was,
Right.
so I actually failed a subject in my first year, and it was maths. I scored 9 marks, and I'm not very proud of it. But the very next year, when we went to our college, so the very first day, my friends were like, hey, you know what? let's just jump out of the school or college and then let's just go gaming or do something.
Right, right.
So what I didn't really realize was that I was the only bald head in my school at that time. So while I was jumping off the walls of the school, my PT teacher has already seen me, and then the next day he called me to the principal's school and he was like, hey, you know what, you're the only bald, you should have realized that. So, you know, we got to know who was that gentleman, but who were the other boys as well. So I kind of called in for the other boys as well, which I don't think was a good idea. And then, you know, there was a lot of caning in Berry College. Son knows that as well. But I think we are what we are today. So moving on to the next one. Yes.
Right. So third question is, never have I ever watched an entire television series in a day.
No.
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 Dr.
What
Maria.
about you?
Okay, in my case, it would be again, no, not in a day, but yes, I was a very regular follower of a soap opera. So a couple of years back, or during my, as you would say, teens and early 20s.
But not in a single day.
But not in a single.
Wonderful. So
Not in a single.
no, no. I think it's a no. What about you? I think it's a yes for
I
you.
do binge watch, but no.
I think that the right question for Haja would be, have you ever read a 300-page book in a day? Yes. Yes. See, I've already known my colleagues so well as well. Moving on. Yes. Let's do
Okay.
this.
Never have I ever Googled myself.
I did.
Dr. Maria.
Never ever have I?
Never have I ever Googled myself. Have you Googled yourself?
Yeah, obviously.
Everyone does that.
Yeah.
So you
That
need
would-
to
that
hold
would
the
come-
yes out
that would
there as
come
well.
up as a yes there. That would come up as a yes.
Yes. Sir.
I
Yes.
have. I have.
Yes.
Yes, everybody has done that, and yes, I have done that too as well. I mean, and I was glad that, you know, I showed up on the first result. What about you?
So mostly my articles
Don't play
were
with
published.
words. Don't play with words. Just say yes or no.
Yes, I have
Yes,
done
she
that. I
did.
think everyone has done that.
Why did you Google yourself? That's the question.
Because I wanted to know how do I look on my Google. So I Googled some articles that were published in my
That's
name.
what. So last few questions very quickly. Let's go.
So, never have I ever gone to a party I wasn't invited to.
I think I've always done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never. If I'm not invited.
Dr. Maria.
In my case, it would be the same. I haven't been to any party if I haven't been invited.
I mean, I don't know what
Again,
kind of
as-
parties you guys are thinking
No,
about, but
you
you know.
never went to a wedding, you know, where you weren't invited. Maybe your mom was invited or someone else was
Chalo,
invited.
tum bhi chalo, yaar, tum bhi chalo.
Right, right.
No, I
Moms
don't. I
that.
can't do this.
Really?
I mean, for people who are on television, ladies and gentlemen, we assume that we are always invited to each and every party happening in the town anyway.
That's
That's
I mean, that was the
wonderful, that's
safest answer.
wonderful, that's
And
But yes,
I
I've
think,
done that.
I think you're looking towards, I mean, whenever you're going out towards an event there, you would always think of, you know, okay, who's, you know, if you have any mutual ground, you have some acquaintances or friends there or mutual company, so you will always go towards an event where you are invited to, so that you have
The
some.
best part is that I've actually been to parties where I never knew anyone, so I took
Really?
a friend along.
Really?
I think no, that kisse baat karunga.
Okay.
I think
Wow.
my mother used to do that, you know, especially on the weddings. I said, "Well, I'm not invited. It's just that Mr. and Mrs. And you are going to accompany me because I'm not going to do. I don't know.
I think this is always very
Okay.
tricky with, you know, families from armed forces
Yeah,
as well,
yeah.
you know,
Right.
because they're very well disciplined.
Right.
They would always want to be on time. Even my father-in-law, you know, so imagine, you know, if the card says 8 o'clock, you
Oof,
know, so he
that's
would
it.
make sure that he's there at 7:30, and we're like, yeah, you know, why do we actually have to go so early as well?
And even you can't reason with them that, you know, we are not a punctual nation. So there's no purpose of doing that because either way they're going to end up exactly on time or earlier than time.
My husband is very punctual, so when we were living in Lahore, believe me, we never ate anything in that wedding because we would be the first one to go and early to leave. And they always serve me
You know, the
very
dinner's
late.
later.
Yeah.
And you know, it
Okay.
must have been a lot of pain for you because, you know, coming
Yeah.
back home and then serving
Yeah,
dinner
but
again.
what we would do, first of all, we would give money to our driver, please go and eat somewhere, and definitely come back home and then open the fridge and find something to eat. So this was a routine in Lahore, on, you know, 5
Because
years.
in Lahore, I have never seen people cooking
Right.
in their
Yeah.
houses. You know, majority of the times they're out on roads.
This is
Everybody
the
wants
only
to eat out.
entertainment, you know, to go eat and, you know, have fun, have friends.
Right.
The life is very, very, you know, happening over there.
Exactly, that's wonderful. So one last question. Let's see what Haja has for all of
Right.
us.
Never have I ever pretended to be on phone.
I have.
Actually, we are
It's an
already,
escape.
we are
It's an
every
escape.
time on the
Yes,
phone.
yes.
This-
It's a
this
yes,
is-
it's a yes.
It's a yes.
I
Yes,
think,
it's a
yeah,
yes.
the world is revolving around. Initially, we were all just using the cell phone for our calls. There now, it's everybody is busy onto their internet, their other,
Right,
you know, their work, anything work related is also done onto the cell phone. So I think
So yes.
It's a yes there.
I think I
Everybody's
like
onto
it
the
how
cell
Dr.
phone.
Maria actually makes everything so emotional. And you know, every time I bring back the, you know, a lot of energy, and I'm like, okay, you know, I'm going to get a good answer out of it, and she makes it, you know, so sounds so normal, and you know, okay, it's perfect, you're right, and it totally tells about the personality as well. Sir, what about you? Have you ever been on the phone just to
Yes.
ignore somebody? Yeah, he किधर आ गया, अब किधर बात करनी पड़ जाएगी. Something like that. I think everybody's done
Yeah,
that,
I
ladies
think,
and gentlemen.
yeah.
We do get in such situations. But very quickly, ma'am, thank you very much, each and every one of you, for joining us, and that too on the first day of Eid that you've taken out time. And I feel honored, I feel prestiged, and it's because of the fact that you guys were over here celebrating Eid with us as well. Very quickly, anything you want to share, say?
Yeah, I particularly just want to say that please never forget all those who have lost their loved ones, you know, last year. And there are many people around in accidents, in a normal, you know, this casualty or anything. So we should just go them, call them if we know all those are acquaintances, and just give and spread love around, because this is an occasion which teaches us that be happy and let
Right.
others be happy.
Wow, that's wonderful. What about you, Dr. Mari?
I would always say that, you know, out of your busy routines,
See, once again.
out of your lifestyles, it's a time to spend with your family, your friends, and it's a time to, as they say, you know, share together. So let it be festive. Let it be, you know, a time where
Everybody
you are,
comes together.
yes, everybody comes together, and yes, we should be looking towards, as you would call it, in my case, the special message that I would give is towards your, give priority to your health, your aesthetics. especially.
Aesthetics?
Yes,
That's wonderful.
yes.
Thank
Taking
you very
care
much,
of
and I like
yourself,
completing, you know,
of your
people's message for
self-care.
them as well.
That would be
But
a
very quickly, sir,
message
you know,
from
I
my
won't
end, yeah.
request you, I'm not going to request you for a message, but I'm going to request the father-daughter duo to please sing us a song as well, so that we wrap up this segment.
Which one?
And in the next segment, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple of other guests as well who will be celebrating their Eid with us, but we will have the same questions for them as well.
Right.
Let's go.
प्यार करना तो एक इबादत है
प्यार करना तो एक इबादत है.
प्यार करना तो एक इबादत है
प्यार करना तो एक इबादत है. प्यार करना तो एक इबादत है. प्यार करना कोई गुनाह नहीं.
बेवफाई के वो निशान जिस पर मंजिले इश्क की वो राह नहीं. प्यार करना तो एक इबादत है.
प्यार करना कोई गुनाह नहीं. प्यार रिश्ता नहीं है पल भर का. प्यार तो जिंदगी का बंधन है. प्यार रिश्ता नहीं है पल भर का. प्यार तो जिंदगी का बंधन है. तेरी चाहत है जिंदगी मेरी. तेरा अरमान दिल की धड़कन है. आज इस दिल का तू
यकीन कर ले और मेरा गवाह नहीं. प्यार करना तो एक इबादत है. प्यार करना कोई गुनाह नहीं.
रिश्ता नहीं है पल भर का. प्यार तो जिंदगी का बंधन है. प्यार रिश्ता नहीं है पल भर का. प्यार तो जिंदगी का बंधन है. तेरी चाहत है जिंदगी.
welcome back, and once again, Eid al-Fitr Mubarak to everyone out there. And Shehzad, so this Eid is celebrated at the end of the Ramadan, right?
Yes.
And there are a lot of festivities going on in the country, and I do feel that we are transitioning from very spiritual environment towards, you know, a normal worldly routine, right? But I do feel that the quest for the higher conscious never ceases, and it is inherently ingrained in the human existence.
And you know, I like it how you emphasize on, you know, the ultimate quest as well. And you know, we've had this conversation over the period of the entire month of Ramadan as well, alhamdulillah. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for appreciating us for the Ramadan Pakistan's transmission. I think that the credit goes to the entire team, maybe our producers, cameramen, the mic operators, you know, people within the MCR, our bosses as well. And thank you very much for giving us this opportunity that we were conducting the Ramadan special transmission as well. Shukr, alhamdulillah.
And that's
in the
a
first
very
place.
learning journey for us too, right? We evolved as a
It
person,
is.
right?
It is, and it was always, alhamdulillah,
Right.
since it's my 9th year over here, alhamdulillah.
Right,
So I
right.
think that, you know, that there's a part of my spiritual conscious which was actually awakened by all of these transmissions as well. But ladies and gentlemen, hey, it's Eid, so once again, you know, just like my very wonderful colleague over here mentioned, Eid Mubarak. But earlier, since we were in conversation with people from different walks of life, now, ladies and gentlemen, we have people from very different walks of life as well, and we certainly wanted to know how they celebrate their Eids as well. So without any further ado, we'll be introducing one after another. So ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky that they've actually in the first place taken out time to be with us on the first day of Eid, where it is so important to be at home and with your relatives, but they still made sure that they're going to make us feel like we are their family and they are our family as well.
And share the festivities with us too,
Exactly.
right?
I mean, I don't know whether they're going to give any Eidi on this festive occasion
That's
or not.
an important question, right?
Yes, that is. But the first lady, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce, I don't know whether she's actually going to give me an Eidi or not, because I don't know whether political leaders give away Eidis or not. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky that we've been joined by the youngest member of Central Working Committee, PMLN. She happens to be Miss Amina Hassan Sheikh. Hello, Assalamu Alaikum, Eid Mubarak.
Assalamu alaikum, Shehzad. Eid Mubarak to both of you as well.
Thank you very much for joining us. Wonderful to have you over here.
It's a pleasure, and I think I'll be looking forward to get my Eidi while I go from here.
Ah, well, that's still a question which is pending, and we might not be able to answer that as of now because the people in the MC are even asking for Eid as well. And I like it how, you know, the political leaders or the leadership within a political party is always so sound. May it be Eid, may it be Chandrat, may it be Ramadan, they would always have the same tone. You know, Assalamu Alaikum, because, you know, you were here.
Because they're wordsmiths, right?
Yeah. Because, you know, she actually, ladies and gentlemen, was over here, you know, during our Ramadan transmission as well. And she was on the same level and on the same tone as well. But very quickly moving on, ladies and gentlemen, the lady I'm about to introduce now, I think it was 3 years ago that she and her partner actually called me and they were like, you know, we want to do your wardrobe for this Eid. And I was so excited. I was like, why not? Hey, you know, let's do it. And, you know, I don't know why they never called me after after that as well. It's been 3 Eids. Finally, she's over here. She happens to be a fashion designer, one of the finest within the city. Ladies and gentlemen, she is Miss Sumaira Sajjad. Hello, Assalamu Alaikum, Eid Mubarak.
Walaikum salam, and thank you for calling me again.
Thank
it's
you
a
very
pleasure
much.
having you.
You look wonderful. And why didn't you call me afterwards? You know, you never called me again that, hey, you know what, we need to do your Eid
Shehzad, you
wardrobe.
have become a very important person. You're so busy. It's
Jazakallah,
very
thank you very
difficult
much for
to get
saying that.
hold on you now.
It goes without saying, but thank you very much once again for being with us. And ladies and gentlemen,
I think I would like to take a lead because I would like to introduce
oh, thank you very much for saying that. I was
Right.
actually kind of waiting for this one.
Right.
Please go ahead.
Third guest, because she is affiliated with a field which I am very
I was
passionate
about to say that. I was about to
I'm
say that.
very passionate about. She's a journalist. Aruba Mughal. Assalamu alaikum.
And she happens to be a diplomatic journalist, ladies and gentlemen.
Walaikum assalam.
She runs a newspaper by the name of Diplomat.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, it's called, the newspaper name is called Daily English Akhbar.
Okay.
And basically I'm running that. It's been more than 14 years.
Right.
Like that.
But you know, just a question, because it's Eid and you know we're not doing Ramadan transmission anymore. So why would you call an English newspaper the Daily English Akhbar?
Because my mother named that.
Wow, that's wonderful. And you know, mothers, ladies and gentlemen, they can pretty much do or say anything, and you know, you really cannot give them a reply. You're like, okay, Maji, aapne keh diya to theek hi hoga. How's your Eid so far?
That's great. Alhamdulillah, it's really good.
I think it's wonderful. Last but not the least, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we've been joined by a very wonderful singer, musician himself, over here in the studios with us, and he happens to be Mr. Adnan Raza. Hello, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak to all the viewers and all the people here. And thank you so much for
joining us. Wonderful to have you all. So, you know, let's get started with all the stuff I have in my mind, and Miss Hajar Sati in her heart as well. So first things first, Do you think political leaders actually give away Eidis?
I think it's a very interesting question, but actually when it comes to Eid and festivals like that, and when everybody is at their home, I think you have to shed your skin, and you're not a political leader anymore, be it you know, the top tier leadership or be it anyone.
So I think this happens, I mean, shedding your political skin there.
Well, yes and no, that's a very fine line. So a lot of times, even when I'm at home and I'm with my entire family, so when we're having a general conversation and I come up with some political point or some very legal point, because I'm also a lawyer, so you know, then my family just comes up and tells me that this is not your office, so you need to behave like a normal person. So I think with the work life, it becomes inherent in you, but then you have to create the balance somewhere.
I think it's wonderful, but you know, I believe that it's difficult for people like you and us to make, or probably Sumaira, or you know, each and every one of us, because we are busy day in, day out as well. And you know, just very recently, I think people from PMLN have been really very busy as well, especially. So you know, even on Eid day, when you actually kind of shared it with your family that, hey, you know what, I really need to be on this show, what was their first reaction?
I think now they've kind of given up on it, because that's what I was about to say, that I think media people or everybody else, all due respect, but you guys still have timings. We don't have timing. Like in the at 3 a.m. at night, you can be called in for a meeting, or you can be told that some of your coalition partners are just angry and you have to go and, you know, do something.
Especially when the Prime Minister is Mr. Shehbaz Sharif Sahab, you know, who's so efficient and he's always on time.
So you have to, and Shehbaz Sahab is like working at 7 a.m. in the morning. So I think it's like we're on the go.
7 is a normal time. He's working on the 6, no?
Well, he's
always on the
6, but 7 a.m. he starts taking briefings and everything. So, I mean, usually the PM office used to start after 11.
And you know what, you really do not have to explain this to us, because in the first segment, you know, we had the chairperson for NCRC, whose husband actually missed out on the first day of Eid because he was actually busy with the then Chief Minister, Mr. Shehbaz Sharif as well. But moving on to you, Sumaira. So, you know, Sumaira, you are the kind of people who are like angels for people on Eid. Because you design their clothes, you make them look good, and you know, it's very tedious, and you know, you guys take the toll as well. So how was it this time around? Was it really very busy? Because you know, post-COVID now, everybody's coming out, everybody wants to go out shopping. Was the pressure immense?
Yes, you're very right. Without us, no occasion, no festivity is possible.
Even I missed out on that.
Big time.
Sorry to bring that up.
But this time, yes, because of, you know, like with all this fasting and the COVID frustration, people want to dress up more, they want to go out more, there's more hangout, there's more kitty parties and more iftar parties. So we were busy with iftar parties, you know, clothing, and now with Eid. So yes, it is very hectic like every other Eid, but Eid ul-Fitr has a different charm because, you know, you're fasting whole month and then you're waiting for this moment. So yes, it was a very hectic routine.
Well, if I am to ask you, you know, which Eid do you like
Eid ul-Fitr, definitely, yes.
No, the other one, you don't like meat?
I sleep. Yes, I don't like meat. I'm not a meat.
I think that's the Eid where we actually have to kind of work more. You know, rather than kind of enjoying the Eid, we have to work more. You know, go to the mandi. Obviously, my father is not going to go to the mandi. It will always be me. And imagine that twice I've actually gotten a female goat as well, and I had to go back to mandi as well. And I was like, yeah, why, how can I do that? You know, because I earlier used to go with my grandfather. But moving on to you, you know, since you happen to be a diplomatic journalist yourself, and you know, on almost every single day in the previous in the previous entire month, we have seen that there's been a lot of news coming in. There's been a lot of political changes coming in as well. So, you know, even you might have been very busy with your newspaper.
Exactly, it's right. We don't get any time to like take out for us, to be honest. But yeah, it's been a hectic routine. And
how has that changed you as a person, the field of journalism, with your newspaper?
To be honest, it was a random thing for me because it was my mother's field, and we were watching her when we were very young, like at the age of 16, 17. And I've started it when I was 18. I was doing it with my mother. So she was like, we have seen her, the work and all. After that, like slowly, we're like, okay, mom, it's too tough. How I'm gonna handle all these things.
And how do you prioritize? You know, so in on other days, obviously, you know, you certainly will have different priorities. But on Eid, you will have different priority for your newspaper editors as well.
You know that on Eid as well, we have to publish the news as well. We have to edit all the things, and we have to work on that day as well. But
definitely we have to take some time for our families as well.
You know, it is said about, my father says that about the kids, you know, who have a working mom, that they are more groomed. Because their mom are working and, you know, they have to make out the time for themselves and they have to look after themselves. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
It can be either way as well. You know, because the mom has been so busy, you know, she really never had time to nurture you or properly educate you.
So that they look after, I think they get mature before it.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
Yeah,
think.
that's true. When I was in a teenage, she was a working woman.
Right.
So we used to, like, we have seen our mom that she is busy, we cannot disturb her.
Right.
Yes.
And we come from our school, we put our bag on the sides and
Right.
we have to like cook something now
That-
for
that-
us.
that was
We need
iconic.
to do our
Right.
work. It's like that.
Ah, that's wonderful. Adnan bhai, what about you? How's been your Eid so far?
Started Eid with you
Yeah,
guys.
Jazakallah, thank you very much for
I'm
that.
looking forward to spend my Eid with my family and friends.
Mashallah.
Last night I was busy in a Chandat show, so it was a bit hectic to come so early. As you know that your producer is so strict.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We were talking about Jamshed Sahib as well. I think he's that one father figure who kind of is really very anxious about things being on time as well,
Right.
which is why hence, you know, we are over here, alhamdulillah, and it's all because of his effort and the entire team as well. But Anad bhai, you know, whenever you have a talented member in family, you know, he would always or she would always get requests, यार आज तो ईद गाना तो सुना दो. So I think we're going to do that too.
Eid wale din bhi.
Yes. तो कोई हमें ईदी में एक गाना सुना दे, please.
Right.
Sure. One of the
Or
numbers
give
from-
us Eid if you don't want to sing.
Definitely, I would love to sing. देखो ये कौन आ गया, बनके नशा छा गया, सोई बहारों, सोए नजारों, उनके ख्यालों में खोए नजारों, देखो ये कौन आ गया है, रूठे हुए को मनाओ, राहों में कलियां बिछाओ, मेरा सनम आ गया, बनके नशा छा गया. कोई तो नाम लीजिए किसी कसूर का, बिगड़ गया मिजाज क्यों मेरे हुजूर का, वो हमसे दूर दूर है, वो हमसे दूर दूर है, फिजाए गम से चूर है, जाओ बहारों जाओ, रूठे हुए को मनाओ, उनको मना के लाओ, देखो ये कौन आ गया, बनके नशा छा गया, सोई बहारों, सोए नजारों, उनके ख्यालों में खोए नजारों, देखो ये कौन आ गया है, रूठे हुए को मनाओ, उनको मना के लाओ, मेरा सनम आ गया.
Wow, yaar. Wow, that was so
That was
wonderful. You know,
uplifting, right?
your vocals are truly impressive, and you know they really gave me those goosebumps as well. But very quickly, I seriously want to ask you this as well. कि वो आपने बताया नहीं फिर?
ईद के बारे में?
नहीं कि आया कौन है?
ईद आई है.
Eid आई है, Eid आई है, ladies and gentlemen. We are celebrating over here, but very quickly moving back to Miss Amina. So Miss Amina, you know, obviously, I'm sorry that you know I will keep on pulling your leg for that as well. But for somebody, you know, as we have introduced you as the youngest member of the Central Working Committee as well, obviously you aspire to be something one day, yes? And you know, every single day is an opportunity for you to kind of drive yourself towards that goal. But as a political leader, you know, somebody who's actually supposed to look after the people of their halqa, you know, how is your Eid? You know, so do you go to your halqa, do you go see people over there and be like, you know, aap log theek hai, Eid Mubarak, I wish karna hai, because it's really very important, right?
Yeah,
Or do you
that's-
mean your political leadership, you know, for that matter?
I think I have to do all of the above. I would answer it rather like that. So the thing is that, you know, Eid is very, very busy. I'm here, and as soon as I get back, I have to start meeting and greeting people. So initially,
I can already see your cell phone flashing anyways, you know, a lot of Eid wishes coming in.
Exactly. So I think basically what happens is the first half of the day is mostly people coming in to see me.
Yep.
And then what we usually have, that's been a tradition of our family for the past like 50 years, that we have a family lunch at our place, Eid lunch, so everybody's going to be over for lunch. And then after that, my family is going to tell me, now you can do whatever you want to. So that is when I start doing my visits and everything. Obviously, we have all the, you know, my colleagues from the party and even from my legal profession, and then the people of my constituency and everyone. So I have to visit most of them, and I have to see that everybody is celebrating Eid. But mostly my Eid visits are also pre-Eid, because, you know, we distribute a lot of Eid gifts and ration and everything for
Did
Eid.
you bring some for us
So-
today as well? I mean, not ration, but at least Eid gifts. Yeah, we
Well,
can
as I
manage
said,
that.
I'm looking forward to taking some Eid gifts with
Okay,
me.
that's wonderful. But you know,
I'm here on the first day of Eid, celebrating Eid with you, so I think that's the least I deserve, if not Eid.
all right, all right, all right. We will definitely
That's
try
a
to do
smart
that.
answer.
That is a very smart answer.
right.
Hence, you know, she happens to be the youngest member. Very quickly, so I've seen a lot of your pictures, you know, on your Twitter handle as well, with Mr. S. and Iqbal and the other leadership of PMLN as well. So, do they kind of offer Eid in the first place? Ke bete, chalo, you know, since you happen to be the youngest member, ye lo yaar, Eid
Or do
hai
you
tumhari.
ask them?
Actually, nahi, I think it's been a long time that I've actually forgotten how it feels like getting Eid. So it's not just like, I think that's one of the worst thing about growing up, that people just forget to give you Eid. I think that's what I miss the most about.
So, you've never
being
gotten
a-
any Eid from any senior of your party. That's what you
I've
say.
not gotten any Eid from anyone in the past very long time.
All right, we got to the point where we wanted to reach kind of, but you know, at this point of time, I really wanted to kind of ask each and every one of you, because there is something I don't like. So imagine if I am giving somebody for example, 5,000 rupees or 1,500. Imagine you getting the same amount back. I think it hurts the most. I'm like, okay, yaar, 1,000 ऊपर ही मिल जाता है यार, और 100 रुपए ऊपर मिल जाते हैं.
That actually happens with my brother every Eid, so that's he's probably the only one who gives me Eid, but then I give him Eid being the elder sister, so
And
it
thank you
just
very much for
evens
saying
out.
that, because I never wanted to say this, but you know, to all my sisters, if you guys are listening, you know, that's something which happens and I don't like it at all. So whatever we give, we get it back. I don't like this kind of Eid, okay? You know, we really need to be in surplus. We really do not need to be in deficit as well. Do you like this idea?
Yes, very true. You're very right. It's like it's a barter trade. You
Yeah.
know? You're
What's the point of
getting
Eid then?
what you have given them?
Right.
But as Abna quoted and said that yes, like when you grow up, you're at the giving end, and you
Right.
miss that part when you were kids. You go out
Right.
and you collect Eid. Actually, when I was a kid, I used to get a separate pouch or purse because I knew that I have to collect so much of the
Right,
Eid,
right.
and I used to go door to door and ask for Eid. But now I miss that time.
Right.
Because you know you have to empty your purse instead of filling
For
it.
whatever you've earned during the month of
I
Ramadan.
have to give it back.
Yeah, you have to give it back as well.
So,
And that's how it works.
I wanted to ask you, Sumaira, this question, since it's Eid and you know Eid is primarily concerned with the dresses and you know with celebrating that. So how do you define fashion? You know, do you think that fashion is something that has necessarily correspond with the trends, or something you know which gives you grace but it's not very trendy?
I always say that fashion is a lifestyle.
Right.
So basically, it depends. It varies person to person. Yes, we follow trends. We have to look up what is happening in the fashion world.
Right.
But each person has to identify her personality and carry it accordingly. Because it's not important. It's not necessary that you carry whatever is in, because maybe it does not suit you.
Right.
But even I believe a person dressed in a simple, you know, white kurta will
That's
look
true.
elegant.
Right.
Wow,
So,
wonderful. And very quickly moving on to Aruba. Aruba, I'm very sorry that I'm going to put you under the spot as well. But you know, as a diplomatic journalist, I certainly wanted to ask you, and this is something which I've been witnessing, you know, over the past 2 or 3 months as well. you know, as a publisher, as a newspaper publisher, do you take sides of different political parties? You're like, okay, you know, we're going to promote their agenda, or do you always work neutral?
Do you think
Even
if you-
neutral these days kind of feels or sounds a
Very
little
political.
That's
obnoxious or
really,
political
that's
as well.
really, like you can say, a very difficult question to
And
ask.
then do people call you, "Ye aapne अच्छा नहीं किया, ye देखना आपने."
No, it's not like we, as you know, we are journalists. We cannot take side of any specific party. So we
But
don't.
the way you've said it, I think that there's something other than that going on as well.
No, it's not like that. Basically, as a journalist, you know that we see everyone's work, and we have to appreciate everyone. I cannot say anything else on
Okay,
that.
I think
Yeah.
we got the point. We really certainly do not want you to be under the spot. That too on the first day of Eid as well. Adnan bhai, what about you? Do you get a lot of requests from your family members that yeah, please हमारी तरफ आ जाओ, दोस्तों को बुलाया, दो गाने तो गा देना? Or do you hate it? Do you like it?
Well, early on, I would love to come to go all.
Now you charge
and-
money.
Now without money, it's getting a bit tough now.
I think
And we are getting
wonderful.
professional now.
That's wonderful. And you know, as of now, what we're going to do is that we are actually going to play a game with you guys. And you know, we like to play games over here, ladies and gentlemen, on Eid especially, because otherwise our producer does not allow us. You know, there were 3 games which we had originally planned, and then one of them he was like, "यार मुझे नहीं लगता कि ये खेलनी चाहिए." So we like, okay, आज खेल सब अब जो कहते हैं, we will do that as well. Let's switch back to. So what I'm going to do is you can ask them a couple of questions. But meanwhile, I'm going to make sure that the game is ready.
Right.
So yes, let me
Okay.
connect the headphones first.
Okay, so Aruba, again, I would like to ask you this question because you know you're from my field and I'm very passionate about it. Do you feel that you know if a particular newspaper throws a weight behind a particular party, it does tend to you know change the electoral landscape of that party?
Yes.
Vote banks.
Yes, a little bit.
Do you
A
think
little
so?
bit.
Yes, a little bit.
Do you think so?
Yeah, but I'll say that.
There's something Trump was accused of as well.
Because
using
no,
Facebook.
there's an entire way. I'm asking that if you know a particular newspaper decides to throw his weight behind a particular political party,
Yep.
does their electoral chances succeed or do they diminish like that?
I personally think that it's so basically it's not just
We're ready.
one newspaper putting their weight behind one political party. So if one newspaper is doing that, many others are doing it for the other political
Exactly.
parties. So I don't think that it's that effective.
What
But
if not
obviously
the other?
media-
What if the other ones are not doing it for the other political parties? Then
Well, some are neutral, I'm sure. There it goes.
Right. I think we need to be apolitical because
yeah, we are apolitical, ladies and
Let's not
gentlemen.
get into
And we are
very
gair siyasi. We are
hot
apolitical
waters,
anyways.
right?
But all right, I think that the game's ready. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is we might not have gift hampers to give away, but we will definitely clap for you if you win. So we have a couple of words.
Prize is not always important. Pride is, right?
I mean, I think both of them are. You know, you get prize and then
Okay,
you
so
get.
he's going to give you Eid, right?
You know,
Well, you
you're
can
proud
decide.
of
I think it's a very tough game.
you're always proud of the prize you get, you know, and it will always make you feel proud as well. So very quickly, what we're going to do is that we're going to ask you a couple of words, but meanwhile, we're going to ask you to pronounce those words. You're supposed to share whatever comes to your mind because you will be wearing headphones where there will be songs played in this headphone,
that's a difficult
and
one.
you really need to guess what we are saying. All right.
Okay.
So any person who's going to get 4 correct words will be the winner of this game. So please give it to Miss Amina first, and let's see. So I'm going to ask the questions, so you can hear us right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, all right. Can you hear us now? No.
A
A little bit, okay. So the first word is वाह क्या बात है
Wah, kya baat hai.
वाह क्या बात है क्या बात है and are you serious?
I think she can hear us.
You're repeating?
Are you serious? You have to say what
I
comes
don't
to you.
know.
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
Yeah, wow, that's good. Pop up.
Ma baap.
Yeah, you're right. Pop up.
Pump up.
No. You know the previous one you said?
Buck up.
Pop up.
I give up on this one.
I think it's a
one is
little
gone.
difficult. I have to ask another word. तुसी great हो. तुसी great हो. What comes to
This
your
is a
mind?
very difficult
No.
game.
What comes to your mind? तुसी great हो. तुसी great हो.
A very bad word is.
No.
I think I better not.
I would never.
I
have that
better
word
not.
ending in Hajra, you know, supposed to. But all right, so you know we've asked her 4 words. You know, you can give it to the other person as well. We asked her 4 words. You know, do you want me to share with you as
Yeah,
well?
I would love to know.
So the last one was to see Greto,
Okay,
and when
the
you
bad
said
one.
Ma Baap, it was pop up. All right. So I think she actually managed to do 2 right. Thank you very much for doing that as well. And now moving on to Sumaira. Yeah. I hope you cannot hear us. Put it on your ears. Yeah. Can you hear me? Okay, she cannot hear me. Candy
She's
floss.
replying. How can she reply?
Candy floss. Candy floss. Candy floss.
Headphones?
No. Candy floss. Candy floss. All right, moving on to the next one. ED day. Day, no? ED day. What comes to your mind? Say what comes to your mind. ED day.
ED?
Yeah. Aage. ED day. ED
Come
day.
again.
ED day.
ED day.
Yeah, you've got the first one. All right. Moving on, which I would love to eat at dinner time. It's fried chicken.
Fashion?
No, fried chicken. They're poles apart. Fried chicken.
Come.
Fried. Yeah, you close. Fried chicken.
No.
All right. Cupcake.
Kapde?
I think she's only thinking about fashion and kapde as well. But thank you very much. You did a great job. Please move on the headphone to the other one as well.
I think I was very bad.
So I asked you about candy
Because you
floss.
keep on talking, so I couldn't figure out
Because
where is
I
the
was
word.
repeating the same word over and over again. Yeah. So it was candy floss, ED day, fried chicken.
Oh.
And you only
Fried
mentioned-
chicken I can never guess. I'm not a
But
chicken
you know
person.
what you said fried chicken, you said fashion.
Yeah.
That was great. Moving on to Anuba.
Close.
Let's see. Why don't you go ahead?
Okay. So, dal chawal.
Dal chawal.
Huh? Alright, wait, let me change the song. I think there's a gap in between. Is the song
I can't
playing?
hear.
Wait. Alright, we're just coming to that point where I don't know how to fast forward it. Alright. Good? Can you listen to us?
I cannot hear you.
Alright, good.
Okay. Kill me. Kill me.
I would love to.
Kill me.
Sorry.
Kill me.
Say again.
Kill me. Kill
Don't
me.
say it louder, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Kill me.
Yeah!
Yes.
See, don't say it louder.
Okay.
Is it right?
Yeah, it's right.
Apocalypse.
Oh.
Apocalypse.
That's a difficult one.
Apocalypse.
No, I can't get it.
Okay.
Try it. Apocalypse. Say what comes to your mind. Apocalypse.
No.
Apocalypse. No, it's not. No. Apocalypse. All right, moving on to the next one.
Donut.
Come again.
Donut. Donut.
Do.
Shoe something.
Donut.
Do.
Donut. Donut.
Do.
2 words.
Yeah.
The first one.
He's guiding you. Please don't look at him. Donut.
Pass.
Pass. All right. 14 टीके. 14 टीके. 14 injection.
I am understanding in a very wrong way.
No. That's not something we want. 14 injection.
I think that's a difficult one.
I think all of these are different ones. All right. So towards the end, I think let's do this. I don't know whether it exists or not. Namkeen kheer. Namkeen kheer. Yeah, say something.
Say again.
Namkeen kheer. I think she has no idea what we're talking about. Please pass it on to Adnan bhai as well.
What was the word?
Namkeen kheer, donut, and
14 टीके.
14 टीके और 14 injection. Where she
That
said,
was difficult.
अच्छा ये समझ आ रहा था कि I think that this is something wrong. I was like, okay, we cannot do that on TV. We cannot, and we certainly do not endorse that as well.
Well, I'll definitely maintain my record.
All right, let's see
एक भी नहीं
whether you're
बताऊंगा.
going to win this time around or not. Okay, you want to go first?
Okay. Seriously?
तो बताओ.
Cheese.
Seriously?
Sorry, next.
Sorry, next. हाँ.
Okay. कुछ नहीं.
गोश्त खाएंगे बड़ी ईद में.
No. Again. कुछ नहीं.
कल भी ईद है.
हाँ कल भी बहुत अलवा. You're close. Yes.
कुछ नहीं.
खुश रहे.
Yeah. All right. आप मुझे बताएं. All right, let's do this. Loki.
कौन है?
कौन नहीं? Loki है Loki.
कौन है?
Oh, भाई law की.
बदतमीज लोग.
चलो ठीक है, next. छोटे पाए. छोटे पाए. छोटे
It's all about
पाए.
पैदल जाओ.
Very balanced. All right, I think you have maintained your record, mashallah. You were not able to guess any single of them, but I think it's a tie in between Miss Amina and Miss Sumaira, right?
That's true.
Is
I
that
think
true?
we need to have another game between them.
I think
right?
what we can do is we can ask them a riddle. Let's see if any one of them can guess it, right?
Okay.
You know, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to guess who's going to be the winner, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to ask one simple riddle. Let's see whether they can answer or not. So, what is that one thing which goes up, comes down, but stays there?
Ego.
The sun.
No, it never stays there.
It goes up, it's come down.
But it never stays there, you know. While going up and coming
No,
down,
the
it stays
sun
there.
is still there. Like the earth is revolving around.
No. But do you
Stock
see it? Do you
exchange.
see it? Do you see it at night time? No, it's not there then.
Give us a hint.
No,
Yeah.
there's no hint because it's so simple, it's so easy. And I want, you know, we have a fashion designer.
Blood
we-
pressure.
No,
I mean,
but
it's still
the blood-
there and
how
it
can
goes
the
up
blood
and-
pressure goes up and comes
Yeah,
down and is
and it's
maintained?
still there.
never maintained. It stays there. You know, so it goes up, it comes down, but it stays there. That's
I
something.
think Sumaira can have your clap.
You know, you
It's
have
okay.
you imagine that you are a political mind. You know, you really need to kind of think about things every single day. How can you not know this?
You know,
Okay, let me give you a hint. You use it every single day.
Mind.
No. Obviously, mine is supposed to be used every single day.
temperature.
No. How can we use temperature ourselves?
Like not you.
To
Emotions.
take advantage of it, but we cannot. No. It's a tie again.
It's a
All right, let me. You know, for all of those curious people are out there, stairs.
What?
You go up, you come down, they stay there.
No,
yeah.
stairs are not
that
going
thing,
up
right?
and coming down,
That goes
Shahzad.
up
And then
that goes
Stairs
down.
are not
once-
going
once
up
it
and
goes
down.
up, it's
I
not there
think
now.
blood pressure was a
You know,
better
stairs will
answer.
always be there. You go up, you come down.
Blood will always
Shahzad,
be
I
there.
think blood pressure was a better
No,
answer. Trust
blood
me.
pressure was not a correct
Even
answer.
blood pressure,
But all right, I
blood
think I have a solution to that because the women are not going to agree to what I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, both of you are winners. Come on, let's clap for them. All right. You know, both of them are enjoying a clap from me now. Wow, but that's wonderful. But very quickly now, I think what we need to do is move on to Adnan Bhai. Adnan Bhai, एक और हो जाएगा, गीत हो जाएगा कोई अच्छा सा.
Oh, wonderful.
I'll need your clap in this
Yeah.
song.
I think everybody's supposed to sing along as well. Let's see.
मेरे ख्यालों पे छाई है एक सूरत मतवाली सी, नाजुक सी शर्मीली सी, मासूम सी भोली भाली सी, रहती है वो दूर कहीं अता पता मालूम नहीं. कोको कोरीना, कोको कोरीना, कोको कोरीना, कोको कोरीना. झील सी गहरी आंखें जिसकी फूल सा जिसका चेहरा, काली जुल्फे नागन बन के देती है जिस पे पहरा. झील सी गहरी आंखें जिसकी फूल सा जिसका चेहरा, काली जुल्फे नागन बन के देती है जिस पे पहरा. मैं पूछूंगा दिल भर दुनिया भर में कौन है तुम सा हसी. मेरे ख्यालों पे छाई है एक सूरत मतवाली सी, नाजुक सी शर्मीली सी, मासूम सी भोली भाली सी, रहती है वो दूर कहीं अता पता मालूम नहीं. कोको कोरीना, कोको कोरीना, कोको कोरीना, कोको कोरीना.
Wow, that was wonderful, Coco Corina, ladies and gentlemen. What a fabulous, wonderful first day of Eid so far. We are thankful to all of you guys for taking our time, making sure that you guys are going to be over here. But very quickly, you know, there's one last thing which I actually wanted to ask from all of you, and that is that, you know, while you guys were growing up, while you guys were going to school, attended university, doing all of those life chores which everybody's supposed to do, did you ever kind of think that you will be on our show one day? Yeah, please
I
go
think
ahead.
that was my dream ever since.
Wow, thank you very
I've
much.
opened
you know.
my eyes. I've been imagining that,
That
but
one day.
probably that makes you look very old. So that's on you.
It's perfectly
That's
alright,
on
you know,
you.
for me to be old and then for you to be here.
I've been
think it makes
aspiring to
sense.
be on your show ever since I'm,
Wow.
I've been in my senses.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's wonderful, and it truly is, ladies and gentlemen, one of those compliments which I will consider as easy. Thank you very much
That
for
was a
doing so
dream
as
come
well.
true.
Yeah, like, you know, I think dreams do come true, ladies and gentlemen, and for all of these people, their dreams did come true as well. But very quickly towards the end, if there's anything you guys would want to share with our viewers, people out there, everybody who's watching you, go out in 46 different countries, please go ahead.
I think one thing that is something very close to my heart every time we have a festival, that we need to really practice tolerance and patience. And the thing is that when we are celebrating Eid or any other festival for that matter, we need to realize that we are Pakistani before anything else. So, you know, it's a pleasure even in my constituency and even my house help and people at my staff, at my office. There are people from all different religions, but they celebrate Eid with me. So I would really request all Pakistanis to, you know, kind of involve people from other walks of life and other religions in our festivities, and also to participate when they have Christmas, they have Easter, when all their events, because at the end of the day we are all Pakistanis and we need to celebrate as one. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's all Pakistan celebrating
For a
together.
second, I was emotional. I'm telling you. Oh, that was a wonderful message, though. Thank you very much for giving out this wonderful message. Very thoughtful of you. What about you, Ms.
I would say that being an individual, being a Pakistani, being a human, we should spread positivity.
Right.
Because with this all social media platforms, whatever we see is negativity. Everything goes viral, and you know, you're ruining people's life and you're just showing one side of the story. So just spread positivity.
Wow, that's wonderful. What about you, Ruba?
Yeah, I'll say that I just want to add one more thing, that we do good things and good stuff in Ramzan. But I'll say that not only in Ramzan you do good things with the people, I think you follow that all the time. And I'll say be nice with everyone, help more needy people. Whenever you see someone in a need, help them. I think
And continue to do so. What about you, Adnan Bhaiya?
Excellent message from all the girls, and I would like to promote my new song is releasing today,
Wow.
Color Boy, and
We would want you to sing that as well, but we will come back to that. Before you, why don't you share the details? So who composed it? You know, who wrote the lyrics?
it's in fact a Punjabi song. I should say it's a Potawari song, first Potawari song, and the music video is releasing today. And lyrics
want
are
to wish
a
you
bit
best of
tough for most of the people. But for this region, I targeted the Color Saida people. And,
Wow, that's wonderful, and we would want
that,
to.
basically, the lyricist is from Color Saida, and he used that word. So
What
we
is that
decided,
word?
Color Boy.
Color boy. All right. Color, ladies and gentlemen. But, you know, we certainly want to wish you best of luck. Thank you
so
very
much.
much, each and every one of you, for being with us as well. Hajar, do you want to say something?
Okay, so I think the common thread that was persistent in all of their messages was that there is a lot of polarization in the society, and social media has exacerbated that problem. And there's a concerted effort at the responsibilitization, because people write anything on the social media and they don't take responsibility for it, right? I think it's time that we need to take responsibility for that, and, you know, sort of create a more conducive environment, you know, as a human being, you know, and we need to work more on that. So,
Certainly, thank you very much for saying that. And my message, ladies and gentlemen, just the very thing which I actually said at the very beginning of this e-transmission.
Right.
Please make sure that we remember all of those people who are still on the borders, you know, for people within the law enforcement
Right.
agencies, people who've lost their lives, you know, who are not around. Please make sure that you remember them in your prayers as well. People of the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Palestine, and all of those individuals who certainly do not have that sovereign land and then the freedom to enjoy themselves, and or probably, you know, kind of indulge
right.
into the you know, the religious festivities which we have. You know, it's a blessing. Please make sure that you utilize this blessing to be good to other people as well, and make sure that you continue to strive for excellence for your spiritual journey and the ultimate quest we have been talking about as well. Thank you very much, each and every one of you, for joining us. And, you know, so I'll say 1, 2, 3, and all of us say Eid Mubarak, okay, out loud. And then Adnan bhai, you have to sing us a song, okay? So why don't you just kind of align the piano gentleman over here. Thank you very much for being with us here. It was lovely to kind of hear you on the keyboard as well. So which song are you going to sing?
Zalim Nazron se tum.
Zalim Nazron se tum na dekho. All right, but first things first. 1, 2, 3. Eid Mubarak! Let's do this. Take it away.
जालिम नजरों से तुम ना मुझको देखो मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा। जालिम नजरों से तुम ना मुझको देखो मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा। होंठ नाबी आंखें शराबी, चांद सा चेहरा मुखड़ा गुलाबी, और उस पे तेरा और उस पे तेरा और उस पे तेरा मुस्कुराना मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा। जालिम नजरों से तुम ना मुझको देखो मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा। आ मिले बैठे तारों की छाँव में, चल के ही चल दे दूसरे गांव में। आओ तो आओ तो आओ तो आके फिर ना जाना मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा। जालिम नजरों से तुम ना मुझको देखो मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा, ओ जाने जाना मर जाऊंगा।